The culmination of all of our hard work has finally brought us to floor 3. So, what do we do with this floor? Well, it's a little tricky. It's kind of long. He's pretty tanky here. So, we're going to start off with our debuff trifecta, only this time we're going to switch it up. We need to do shock, then bleed, then poison. And so what this is going to do is it's going to move him to the right. Now, for phase 1, he needs to be on the right pillar to die. So we're going to kill the other 2 pillars to remove the immortality, similar to the second floor. And then he will be susceptible to death. So we're going to burn those 3 in that order. That puts him to the right. Now we're going to try to push for Liz ult here. I'm going to move, probably use her Flood, and then burn the Glox card, because it's pretty mid. You know, nothing crazy on that Glox card. He's going to ult, I'm going to ult, and then he should... Oopsies. He should put the debuffs down. Melee should rank up, and then I think with melee cards we kill the logs. Ooh, wait. Does he attack here? Okay, he doesn't break Petrify. We still got the rank up. We have 3 Liz cards, so we can cycle Liz ult just fine. I think we'll probably Liz Flood maybe, or I can cleanse. I have 2 cleanses actually, so we'll do that. Double melee. Get the attack buff. Does this kill a log? I'm not 100% sure. Ooh. They both live. If we had double AoE, we'd probably kill. No, I think on this floor, ults also cause him to move, which is why he sort of left and came back, I believe. But in our case, he did not technically move. He stayed on the same log. But we did trigger his a rotation, essentially, so we're fine. He's still on the right. We can focus the left log. We cycle this ult again. I'm going to hold these. I'm going to try to hit the gold melee card. Sorry, gold rank up. Fumbled over my words. We have a quad ult. That's my point. Quad ult, we should hit a rank up on that AoE if he debuffs us, which he can't help but to debuff us all the time with the food poisoning. Ult's AoE Petrify. If he's AoEing, we're out of luck. He didn't, so we cleanse it off. We can cycle Liz again. We can also nuke. I don't think the order is going to matter here, so we'll just send all this good stuff. The melee ult probably kills. Double AoE here. Oh, that did no damage. Perfect. It does kill the stump. I think after once you get his immortality down, you should probably have noticed every turn he does stack all stat down debuff, which is nice. He is pretty tanky without those debuffs anyways, so you're going to see he does leave and come back again because we did ults. Like I said, I think that's what triggers it. Not to mention that Valenti ult does have a poison attached to it, being an AoE attack. He does this little lightning attack, food poisoning, single target into Valenti. Should be just fine. We get the rank up again because we had some debuffs. He's gonna ult, so I'm gonna ult. We're gonna cycle Liz again, and I don't think we're killing quite yet. So we'll probably save the melee card so that we can hit some golds and burn the nonsense. We're gonna need the same set of debuffs going into phase 2. So we might want to stall until we can get those, which in this case we're only missing a bleed. It's also not that difficult to stall here because of how tanky he is. I mean, eventually he'll have too many all-stat downs and then you'll accidentally kill him if you still don't manage to draw a debuff, but I think that's kind of unlikely. We can cycle this ult again. That's great. We hit a rank up. We actually have a merger on Valenti's release, so maybe we let that merge right here. I think we saved the ult. I think triple melee kills. Yeah, that's a lot of damage now. So hopefully we get a shock. Not a shock. A bleed. So let's see this card draw. Come on, give it to us. We didn't get it. So we could manipulate his movement with ults, and we'll see what happens. So it's going to be the same thing. If you did get all the debuffs, the most known way to get him to the correct log is shock, bleed, poison. That's going to push him to the left in this case. Like I said, we have triple ults. We only have 2 debuffs. Let's see what this does. Interesting. Okay. So I wonder if ulting at least once puts him to the default log. Good to know. He moved left. I think last phase when we ulted once, he moved technically right. And he was already on the right log, which is why he left and came back. This time we need him on the left. We ulted once, he moves to the left. Ah. I think I just realized something there. That's we might be cooking. So, anyways, he's on the left. So he is immortality. Again, we kill the center and right pillars. We're gonna cycle this, and we do a lot of damage here. Ooh, melee ult actually killed, so that's nice. We're gonna ult with Glox just because he is dissolved. We don't have a cleanse, and dissolve does nothing now. So he obviously is gonna leave and come back because we ulted. He has nowhere else to go besides the only log that's alive. So great time to spam debuffs. Do some damage into Valenti, which I'm not a big fan of. We're at 4 food poisoning. We'll be down to 3. If he's debuffing twice, which he is, we'll hit a gray debuff. So we're going to make sure to cleanse here. Thankfully, we did draw one, so we can cycle his ult that way. Much safer way. And after this turn, he is going to start stancing. Now, that's the only other downside about... I say other downside. Maybe only downside of running this comp. Because of the lack of 7 Deadly Sins, you do lose the additional methods of applying melee seeds. And as you know, at 3 seeds, it's a stance break. He does start stancing here. So it's kind of hard to get rid of the stance. The stance is a reflect. It's not a counterattack. It's a weaker reflect, but we can attack it. It just has to be with weak cards. I think that's what we'll try to do because we do need to free up space. Glox is dissolved. Valenti is one off. I think we push for melee ults. Because with melee ult, he will apply 3 seeds. And I think that's how we can remove the stance. We could also stall because he does apply gray food poisoning to himself. And he will eventually die to that. So maybe we'll see how this plays out. I don't have a cleanse, but he is only doing 1 debuff. Which will put me at 4. So it could be okay. I think we'll try to stall. I don't want to burn the ult. I kind of want to one-shot him with the ult. So maybe we can see how low he gets with the corrosion damage from the food poisonings. As you can see, the reflex not that crazy. He's got 3 single target stun as his ults. Okay. We didn't get another cleanse, which sucks. Ooh, wow. That was some good damage. So we probably should ult here now. I don't think we can survive again, because if he gets 3 debuffs down, that's a great food poisoning for almost the whole team. So, Melee's going to put the 3 seeds down. That's going to break the stance. Then we have these Glock cards to kind of burn. Does this kill? It doesn't. Glock's ult will. He had debuff for mortality there. So we're in a tricky spot. We have the worst passive, so we're not getting our ults. We did get a cleanse. Valenti did regen or recover a little bit. So I think we need to push for Lizzle. So on this floor, there's a handful of things to know. So the first thing to really tackle this floor really relatively easily is to keep him on the middle log. Because when he's in the middle log, every 2 turns, he gets an HP related down debuff like he did, I think it was on the last floor. But that's very hard to do, because as we've recently found out, ults cause him to move on top of your debuffs. So if you have to Lizzle, you have to Lizzle, right? Like, my Valenti is already half HP, so he's going to have to move on this next turn. Now, the first log you want to kill is the left log, because if he moves to the left log, it's like a 20%. Oh my fucking goodness gracious. It's a 20% basic stat buff, which is quite annoying. That's really the only positive log. Like I said, the middle log, he'll get 20, not 20, he'll get HP related down. The right log is how you kill the immortalities, but if we keep him on the right log for too long, we start stacking gray debuffs. So we want to try to manipulate him in a way that we can keep him on the middle log until the left log is dead, and then if he's got enough HP down, we put him on the right log, and it'll be easier to kill him, even if we do end up tanking 1 or 2 gray stacks of the food poisoning. Unfortunately, we caused him to go to the left, so that sucks. So what we need to do is get him off. One ult could put him to the right, because that's where he technically needs to be. We have every debuff as well, which I think, as we've mentioned on the first phase, should guarantee putting him to the right as well. So I think we'll give that a try, just so that we can burn these debuffs. So what was it? Shock, bleed, poison. Alright, so we have a rank 3 shock, rank 2 poison, rank 2 bleed, sorry. And then Valenti ult, which will be our poison. On top of it being an ult, it'll move him regardless. So, actually we can get Glox ult here, so we'll do that. This will get melee ult because it merges. Yeah, that's a nice setup. We don't need to ult here with Liz quite yet. Should be able to tank whatever he's got cooking. 31k. He can be debuffed here. I guess that's obvious because that's how we move him around normally. Okay, so does he go to the right? Perfect, perfect. He goes to the right. So we weren't really able to manipulate him to stay in the middle to get any HP down debuffs. And he did attack us while he was on the left, so that does suck. But he's on the log, he needs to be. What we can do is just try killing the left and middle log at this point. So I think that's what we'll do. We can't cycle Liz ult here, but if we don't ult, we will probably die. His melee is at half HP. So hopefully this setup can kill at least the left log. I'm surprised that didn't kill the left log alone. Alright, so what did we do? We did 2 ults. Did we do 2 ults or was it 1 ult? It was 2 ults. It was a melee and a Liz ult. So I'm guessing in this case, 1 ult puts him to the left. And maybe the second ult put him back on the right? Or maybe ults put him to the left log in general and the left log's not there, so he's forced to stay on the right. I'm not 100% sure how that works. It's a little tricky still. Still yet to be fully discovered. But he's been on the right log for 2 turns. We do have our gray debuff of food poisoning, which is an L. We're going to try to see how many of these we can actually tank before we just die. He loses 4 debuff for mortalities every turn on the right log. So we're going to start to see those go down. Finally get our Liz ult back since we did pull a Liz card. This should wipe out the middle log. And then unfortunately, Ruin Damage has no debuffs to scale off of. So there's that clean 104k. Probably equivalent to a bronze melee single target. Alright, so there's 4 debuffs gone again. We're not full health, so he's going to start targeting whoever he can. Which in this case is our Glox. Crits come out, it's not looking too bad. His single targets do way much more damage than the crits. Do have to Liz ult. Unfortunately, we can't cycle her ult again. And we're kind of in a position to attack freely since there's no logs for him to jump to. The idea at this point is to keep Liz ult schmoovin' and groovin', and then just spam melee cards. So we have to hope we obviously get melee cards, and at least a Liz guard. Well, we're doing some pretty good damage. He is technically undead at this point, but I think he has quite the recovery. How much is it? Oh, wow. It's like 25%. Yeah, that's pretty big. He's down to his last 4, so we've got about 2, maybe 3 turns in us. We spent another 2 turns on the right log, which at this point can't be helped, so we have 2 stacks of food poisoning, which really does suck. We're going to start to see that really kind of tick us down. We get Lizzle back. We might have to double up, to be honest, because he's ulting, and we're at half HP. So we're going to keep this melee card. Hopefully that can hit a gold rank up. Hopefully this Liz combination is enough to keep us alive. We did get kind of cucked by not pulling any Liz cards. Like, we weren't able to cycle her ults perfectly. And because we're not full HP, somebody could very well die here. Oh my god. Talking about the 2 great debuffs. I think somebody's dying. Is it Glox or Valenti? Oof. Not to mention that just cucks us. He's going for Glox. Glox lives 1. He does double Glox. We lose him. Adios. Bye-bye. He served his purpose. We do lose, what is it, 10? We lose the defense-related stat buffs, but I mean, the immortality's gone. We're just going to full send these last set of attacks. And hopefully it doesn't matter. Hopefully he dies to this. Because he's pretty low. Yeah, his ultimate does 25% of Rat's HP. But that is going to be floor 3, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys like to drop a thumb, maybe step over into that. And I'll see you in the next one.